Good morning, guys. And how's everyone doing? I know I ain't made a video in a couple days. I've been busy. Had a really good day at work yesterday. Pretty busy. But anyway, today's video is brought to you by G2 Dynamics, guys. G2. But anyway, I got the get phone moved here. I got the Genesis in here. There we go. And honestly, when I first put them in, on the honest opinion here, guys, I was a little let down. It wasn't very windy, but they're tight as hell. So the more I've been playing them, the louder and windier they get. I have ramped on them a little bit with a lot of power, and they're taking it fine. So everybody's saying I downgraded from the Prides. I don't really see it that way because, yeah, I mean, the Prides are B subs. I still have them. I'll probably never get rid of them. Right now, they're my wife's Blazer, but the Prides are really good subs. I was impressed by them. I'm very impressed by these. And are these going to be as loud as the Prides? I don't know. But I will say there is a huge dollar difference between the two subs. I mean, the Prides cost at least 30% more than these do. So at the end of the day, I mean, dollar for dollar, I'd say these are better subs, dollar for dollar. I'm very impressed with these G2 subs. They're doing something I didn't think they would do. They're handling that power. They ain't even really got stinky yet. I mean, I have kind of smelled a little bit of outgassing last night driving home, you know, with turning them up quite a bit. But I've been going slow, guys. That's a really, really stiff spider in there. And I know a lot of people are like, there's no such thing as break-in. There is definitely a loosening of the spider. And what happens is, there's two things bad that can happen if you don't kind of do a little bit of break-in. One, the spider is so stiff and you don't give ample time for it to get loosened up a little bit before giving like full power for a long period of time, you'll rip a spider. It either, like, you know, it's rippled like this. It either rip long ways, you'll rip it up, you can rip it off the triple joint, but a damaged spider is one scenario. The second scenario is the spider's really stiff, you're giving it full power for a long period of time, and everything's wanting to move that far. Like the coil is wanting to move that far. The spider's so tight it can't. It's only moving half of that distance. And in that scenario, you really overheat the coil and you can slinky a coil. So that's the two bad scenarios that can happen by not doing an ample loosening. I wouldn't really call it break-in. Everybody refers to it as break-in. Really, there's no such thing as a break-in. It's just loosening up the soft parts. But I went and got me one of these. It's just an old Harbor Freight temp gun. That way I can like literally like get on it and, you know, get in here with the heat gun. Damn, 35 degrees. Yeah, it's really, really cold here this morning. My coils are sitting 35.6. Yeah, it was down in the 20s here last night, guys. And y'all know me down here. I moved to Myrtle Beach to get away from the cold. So when it's 50 degrees out, I'm freezing. But anyway, you know, so far I love these subs. I think I definitely made the right move going with the G2 Genesis, doing 615s. You know, the little bit of testing, I haven't done a whole lot of testing. I put them in Sunday, played them very little Sunday. I helped one of my friends out, and by the time we were done, it was late. I came to this spot where I film all my videos Monday, and I probably played like 40 minutes. And that's when I noticed they were getting a hell of a lot louder and, you know, getting windier. And I wasn't just playing like 20 hertz. You know, I did a song 18, I'd go to 21. and then I'd give it some like 29 to 33 burst. After you play it at moderate volume, you know, you got your head unit volume, a few clicks from full tilt, or where you go tuned to. Bass knob about 3/4 of the way up, and you just like let it play, and then you just crank the bass knob all the way up for a few seconds and then back down. So doing that, it got them like a little more loosened up. They're still very tight though. But yeah, I think I'm going to be very happy with them, because right now I'm happy with them, and Paul was on pins and needles whether or not I'd be happy. They're super cold. The motors, I haven't got the motors hot yet. And I've done some playing, and the motors are staying really cool. So that's a really good sign. That's the same sign that the Prides did. It took forever to heat the motors up on the Pride. So these are doing the same thing. So I'd say Paul builds really good sub. But our show is Saturday, like this Saturday. I know a few of you going to be there. I talked to Matthew Brown with the Salt Shaker. He's going to be on the property. So we got a lot of good people coming, a lot of loud people. And then I got a kid from Kentucky, Tristan. This dude's driving like 7.5 hours to come to the show. So that's going to be awesome that we have, you know, a lot of people coming. But I hope y'all have a happy Thanksgiving, man. I know I've really slacked on making a video, and this video is just about me rambling about what's going on with the old Jeep here. But some people might have wanted an update. And did I mention it's cold? It's colder than hell out here. But, yeah. Things killing me, guys. But anyway, I'm happy with these. I can't wait to do 6 in here. I think it's going to be a beast with 6 in it. For those of you who don't watch me in my videos, when I do 6, I'm keeping 4 8Ks. My 8Ks are strappable. So I'm going to run like 3 subs, wired series, then parallel. And that's going to give me roughly like a 1.3 ohm load. Strap 2 amps to it. Each amp will roughly see 0.67. Good to go. I think that'd be like really, really good power. I should be able to demo all day long without subs overheating. Battery, you know, it ain't gonna be no worse on my battery than it is now. Maybe a little bit, because with the Prides I had each amp at 0.8. These are true dual too, so each amp's at 0.1 right now. But each amp at 0.67, I think my voltage would be great. Not overpowering the subs. I think everything would be like right on par. And I might actually do a burp on these after I get them loosened up quite a bit, and actually see what these do SPL wise. How I can tell that they're really still too tight. And this is something for you guys too. If you want to know how tight or loose your new subs are. When I play lows in here, it's still punchy. It has a real punchy feel. And that's because to reproduce a really good low note, the sub needs to kind of move full X max, like the full limit. And when the sub's too tight, you know, it ain't moving full limit, it's moving that much. And that'll give it a really punchy sound. And that's where I'm at right now. So, and yeah, $25 at Harbor Freight, guys. It's a good tool to have, especially if you're like, subs get pretty smelly quite often and they're inverted. You can always just like point back there and take a temp reading of the coil. You can also get a baseline of if your subs are flipped normal where the dust cap's sticking up. You know, you'll build up a lot of heat on the dust cap. So you can take this thing and just like right on the dust cap and kind of learn your equipment. Be like, you know, take multiple readings to get your baseline, and then take a reading when the dust cap gets smelly, and that'll kind of give you a ballpark idea, because a dust cap reading ain't going to be perfect. But if you have one of these, you can kind of get a baseline of where normal is at and where you're overheated when you're smelling everything. And it's an advantage of having your subs inverted, because you can actually get right into the coil right there. And it's getting a little warmer out here. We're at 36. What's bad is I ran the heat on the way here. But All right, everybody. I hope y'all have a great Thanksgiving day. And we did have a tragedy in the Basehead community. There's a guy, I don't know, I wasn't friends with him on Facebook or anything, but Jesse King at King City Customs, he lost his daughter a couple of days ago. She was like 4 or 5, and which that's terrible anyway, especially this time of year, but it's just terrible to lose a child. Some of you guys know that I lost a son a few years back, and guys, nothing's worse. So apparently he lost a bunch of what he owned. Apparently, I don't know exactly what happened with his daughter, but she had been battling for a year, an illness. Maybe it was cancer or something. It didn't really say on any of the posts. But the hospital bills of them dealing with this for a year, he pretty much lost everything he had. And it's sad, dude. It breaks my heart to hear this. But and I don't even know the guy. It's just, I know what it's like to lose a child. So there's multiple donations set up for him. If you're in any base group or friends with Dan Current or me on Facebook, we both posted links. I posted it's like Cash App, Venmo, and there's a GoFundMe to help this dude. So even if it's $2 or $3, everything helps because it all adds up. I know a lot of people are chipping in. Everybody said he's a really good dude, but I just wanted to throw it out there. But anyway, guys, I hope you all have a great day and a great holiday. Peace out, and as always, base on.